You're an attorney. I have this question. So I was doing a little digging into how a person could be deported without like a whole court thing, right? But it said that asylum seekers, if your case is dismissed or denied, then you are eligible for deportation. Joe Biden in last June quietly dismissed 350,000 asylum seekers cases. There's a backlog of about 2 million cases. Could the Trump administration just dismiss all of these asylum cases and then deport everybody who's on that backlog?
Everybody's entitled to due process, even these guys. Even the TDA guys under the Alien Enemies Act are entitled to due process. But what due process means is not the same for everybody. The due process I'm entitled to as an American citizen before I can be deported from the country is very, very high. The amount of due process someone who's here on an asylum basis or a temporary basis or a parole basis or a completely unlawful basis is very, very, very low. That's why we have immigration courts. Congress said, we don't want these immigration cases going through our federal district trial courts. We don't want that. It just blocks up the whole system. We're going to take that jurisdiction away from the federal district trial courts and assign it to specialized immigration courts. So first of all these immigration cases, the district courts have no jurisdiction over them. They're in the wrong place. The immigration courts are allowed to do things in a much more accelerated way. For example, these don't have to be individualized hearings. You could bring in 100 MS-13 guys and the government could hold up a piece of paper and say, yes, we've determined that each of these is an MS-13 people subject to deportation. Bam, they're all gone. It doesn't have to be an individualized hearing. So you can do it in an accelerated way. In this particular case, one really outrageous part of this is this guy was deported on March 15th. His family didn't even file anything in court, in federal district court, until March 24th, 9 days later. By then, he had been in El Salvador for 9 days. The United States has zero jurisdiction over that guy the moment he's been returned to El Salvador. So everything that's happening in federal district court with respect to this guy is completely lawless. Courts do not have infinite and unlimited authority and jurisdiction.